Hello, welcome to my channel and a very warm welcome to the new subscribers. I am using a heavy bottom pan because it distributes the heat evenly, and you'll see why that is important here in this recipe. For this recipe we're going to need very thinly sliced mushrooms and onions because they will cook at the same time. And this is comfort food. It's very easy to make. From 1 to 10, I would say that is about a 2.5. So you want to preheat the pan really well, and once it is very hot, then you add the oil. I'm putting 1 tablespoon of oil and 1 tablespoon of butter for the entire dish. And see how it slides, the butter slides. Because the pan is very hot. Once the butter is melted, you add the 2 julienne onions. The stove is on medium heat. Once it is translucent, you remove the onions, leave the pan really clean, and reserve. Then I added the mushrooms and I'm sauteing them for 5 minutes. As you can see, I didn't add any oil. And it didn't need any oil, but if you feel like adding a little bit, you can. And you're gonna saute them until they release most of their water or their juices and it is evaporated. Then you remove them and reserve. While the onions and the mushrooms are cooking, then you can clean the beef. You're gonna cut it in stripes along the fiber of the meat. Then you're gonna cut it into about 1-inch pieces. Remember that the beef is going to lose some volume and it's going to shrink. So you want to have bite sizes because it will be easier to eat that way. At this point you can add salt and pepper to the beef, or you can add the pepper later. Now the stove is on medium heat. I just removed the mushrooms and I am adding the beef. Don't overcrowd the pan. I'm adding about 12 pieces of beef here at the time because we just want to brown the meat like carne asada. You don't want to steam the meat, which it will happen with some pans if you put too much beef at once. Consider subscribing to my channel. I have more than 120 recipes uploaded. And please help me by liking my video and share with your friends on social media. We turn the meat. We're cooking the beef for about 2 minutes on each side, and the pan will continue to get brown, but that's okay because that is flavor. All those bits and pieces of beef that are going to stick to the bottom, that's all flavor, and it's just going to make the sauce a little bit better. That is all good. See, now the brown is pretty much very brown. It's not burned, but it's very brown. So now I return the onions and the mushrooms to the pan, and their own juices are going to start to deglaze the pan. And I mix all that very well. It smells incredible. If you like mushrooms and onions, it smells really delicious at this point, and it will continue to get just better and better as we go along. See how all the stuff on the bottom of the pan is coming off. So now I add the beef with all its juices and mix well. I added the pepper when I added the cream. Now I'm adding 3 tablespoons of brandy, more or less. That looks like a little bit more, but oh well. And with a wooden spoon, that is the best tool that you can use to deglaze a pan, by the way. With a wooden spoon, you deglaze the pan completely, and the pan, seeing how clean it is, you're just gonna start removing that or moving that, and let it reduce for about 3 to 5 minutes to evaporate all the alcohol, and at that point start boiling the water for the pasta. Make room in the middle of the pan and add the paprika and saffron and cook it really quick. You don't want to burn it because the paprika and the saffron will turn bitter, and then it will ruin your recipe, your entire dish. Then you mix that with all the ingredients. In my opinion, this sauce once is sort of ordinary, but once you add the saffron to it, it turns it into extraordinary. It is just incredible. I added half and half instead of a heavy cream or sour cream, but you can use either one. That works really well for me. And we're gonna let it reduce a little bit. Then I'm gonna thin it out, and you're gonna see how I'm gonna thin it out. Still, the pan is on medium heat. You can lower the heat to low if you want to, once the cream starts boiling a little bit. And because I like a lot of sauce with this dish, I am adding a couple of ladles of the water from the pasta, and it needed a little bit of salt. And since you usually put salt in the to boil the pasta, in the water to boil the pasta, that makes it a little bit smoother, creamier. And once that's done, I added the farfalle very gently. You don't want to destroy the farfalle. Mix carefully, and it's ready to serve. That's it. Super simple. Now I have the arduous job to serve and taste it. That is parsley, by the way, what I'm adding to it. And the freshness of the parsley goes really well with that. I'm tasting the sauce. For more delicious recipes, click on the videos at the end and the playlists on my channel. The pasta is al dente, the beef melts in your mouth, and the sauce is absolutely delicious. And that's it. That's the final product, guys. Chaito.